Hi guys, it's your girl Naya. I know that I haven't done a video in a while and I apologize. And I also apologize for how I look right now. But in this video, I just wanted to address something that happened to me today with a medical professional, if you want to call him that. So with COVID going on right now, a lot of appointments are being done like via Skype, via phone, via Zoom, or whatever. So I had a doctor's appointment with a physician's assistant for my pain management doctor over the phone. So my appointment was supposed to be at 2:20. I get a call about like 2:15 from the office, just like doing like checking in type things, like any changes, blah 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 blah, so that they could be prepared for when I talk to the physician's assistant. And it was like a short little 5-minute phone call, whatever. And they're like, okay, I just want to let you know we're running like a little behind, but we haven't forgotten about you. The PA will call you back for your appointment. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So 2:20 comes. I'm like, well, they said they were late. Can't really do much about that. And so time kept pressing on. And then comes like 2:45, 3 o'clock, 2 hours later. I get the phone call from the PA and he's like, can I speak to Danae Blakey? This is she. Didn't, you know how like, just like etiquette, I guess, and like manners, you're like, oh, how are you today? Oh, I'm good, how are you? You know, I was like, I guess out of manners that I have, I asked him, I was like, how are you? And he was like, oh, I'm surviving. And I was like, okay. Anyway, and so he was asking like what my pain was, how I was feeling. I had just gotten referred, backside story. I had gotten referred to an orthopedic after I had my last injection done in June. I had a epidural done on my back. I had a tuber removed from my hip, and I had an injection done in my hip as well. So he's like, how did that injection work? And I was just like, thinking, like, it had to have been 5 seconds. It was 5 seconds. That was it. I was just thinking like a response to say, and I didn't just want to say it really didn't work. And he goes, okay, like 0 to 100%. And I was like 20%. He's like, really? And I was like, yes. And he's like, okay, then what happened at the orthopedic? And I said that I needed to have replacement on my hip, knee, and they need to evaluate to see what's going on with my ankle from the prior injury that I had almost a year ago when my runaway scooter rolled over my foot. And I was like, but they didn't want to do the replacements right now, and because of my age. And he goes, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 27. And he was like, okay, and like, how much do you weigh? And I told him my weight, and he was like, well, that doctor lied to you. It's not because of your age, it's because you're fat and overweight. Yeah, straight up told me that I was fat. Yes, I know that I am overweight. Yes, that I know that I struggle with my weight. I've always struggled with my weight. I am working on it. I am lowering my weight as best as I can, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of XLHers know the struggle with exercising and like weight gain, weight problems. I'm not saying everybody does, but it's always been a struggle that I've dealt with because of my lack of mobility and being shorter. Obviously we have weight issues. I have weight issues, and I know that. But for a physician assistant to straight up call me fat and say that was the reason why I couldn't have my replacements done or have the surgeries that I need, I was caught off guard, and it threw me for a loop, and I was very offended. And I have a history with male doctors. The doctors that did my procedures, did my surgeries, they were all males. And because of that, I just have a bad history of, I don't really like dealing with male physicians just because of trauma and everything that I went to. And that's my own personal thing that I go to. I just feel, and I'm not saying that every male doctor, every male medical professional has issues or is wrong. No, I'm not saying that at all. Please don't ever think that I'm saying that. It's just my personal, I feel uncomfortable around male physicians because of everything that I personally went through. And so I was like, can you please make it on my chart that I never want to speak to you again, that I will only be speaking with my doctor, who is a female. But like, I try not to be complicated. I try not to bring it up. If I have a male doctor, I have a male doctor. There's nothing that I can do. But I tend to find that they are less sensitive and less understanding and less caring, in my perspective. And so back to this guy, he said sure and hung up in my face. And that is how my appointment went, that I will probably be billed to my insurance for a medical professional to call me fat. I hope that no one ever has to go through this, and it's kind of hard. And after speaking with my mom, she's like, you need to report him to the medical board, his supervisor. And I called back and I left a message with my doctor's office asking if I could just speak with my doctor. But I didn't get any messages back because obviously the guy called me close to 5. I'm assuming that the doctor's office was already closed. And so hopefully I'll hear back tomorrow. But again, just sharing another bad experience that happened to me today. If you have any questions, concerns, or stories that you want to share with me, please do. You know how to reach me. You know how to get a hold of me. And thanks for watching. Bye.